Welcome folks. We have two questions in math paper 1. The first question is under the arithmetic progression of series and sequencing, and the second one will be under the topic of Earth geometry. So let's look at this question. So given that the 11th term, so we are given the 11th term of an arithmetic progression is 43. So t is equal to 11 is 43, and that the first term is 3. So this is our first term, which is t1. And remember, first term is also denoted by small letter a. So a is equal to 3. Find the first one, the common difference. So how can we find the common difference given the first and the last term of an arithmetic progression? Remember, the common difference is denoted by small letter d. It's a number that can be added or subtracted to a given term to form the next term. So what are we going to do? So we are going to say term number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Since we have 11th term, so we are going to end at 11. So our 11th term is 43. Then our first term is 3. This is our term number 1. So now, how can we use the information to find the common difference, the number that was added? Since 43 is greater than 3, which means that the type of sequence under this AP is that each term was added by a common difference that we are yet to find. Right, so here we are going to use a formula. So the formula is Tn is equal to a plus n minus 1 multiplied by common difference. So the Tn here, you need to substitute with the last number in your sequence. So you're going to put 43 here, then our a is our first number, which is 3, plus n represents the number of terms. In our case, we are dealing with 11 terms, so we'll say 11 minus 1 multiplied by d. So we can shift 3 to the left side, and the sign will change from positive to minus 3. Then 11 minus 1 is 10 multiplied by d. 43 minus 3 will give us 40. 10 times d will give us 10d. So to isolate d, we can divide by 10. Also, here we divide by 10. So d is equal to 4. So, which means that each term 4 was added to form the next term. So this is our 3 plus 4, we have 7, plus 4, 11, plus 4, 15, plus 4, 19, plus 4, 23, plus 4, 27, plus 4, 31, plus 4, 35, plus 4, 39, plus 4, 43. So we are still getting the same number, meaning the last term. And we can see that we've answered question B, because question B, they just want the 4th term, so the number which is on position number 4, which is 15. So this is our 4th term. If you want, you can use the formula. You can say Tn is equal to a plus n minus 1 times d. So if we're looking for 4th term, it means n is equal to 4. So t of 4 is equal to a, still remains the first number, which is 3, plus 4 minus 1 times 4. 3 plus 4 minus this one will give us 3 times 4. If you multiply 3 by 4, you get 12. Then the sum of the two numbers is 15. So we are still getting the same number, 15. Now, what else can we add on this number? I mean on this sequence. So if you look at this sequence, we can find the middle number, which is known as arithmetic mean. So we can find these numbers, and the middle number is this number. So how can we find the middle number? So we can find the middle number by saying we'll call this middle number as our B. Then this is A, we'll call this one as E. So say A plus C divided by 2 will give us the mean. So is 3 plus C, our C is 43, divided by 2. So 43 plus 3 will give us 46 divided by 2, which is giving us 23. So this is our middle term. So you can still find the middle term as long as you have the first and the last number. It doesn't matter the number of terms that are missing in between. And if you look at this one, so if we have this one, we can still find a common difference if we have these two numbers. So if you look at this one, first term is 3, the last term 6 is what? The last term, which is the 6th term, is 23. So you can use 3 and 23 like we used earlier to find a common difference. So if you just look at these questions, there are so many ways in which you can handle a question. Now we move on to question, the one we are considering to be question 2. So the first one is about finding the distance. So a plane flying at a speed of 900 knots takes 5 hours to fly from town A to town B. Calculate the distance between the two towns. So the formula is speed is equal to distance divided by time. So if we want to make distance the subject of formula, we need to multiply speed times time. So the speed is given 900 knots multiplied by the time is 5 hours. So make sure whenever you're calculating questions under the speed, you need to make sure that the time is given should be in hours. So in case you are given this, please remember to change. So now how do we multiply a number with zeros by a number without a zero? So you can just write the zeros. So write the 2 zeros that you have, then you multiply 9 times 5. 9 times 5 will give us 45. Then since it's distance, remember to put not commas. Now for question B, point Q on a longitude 85 degrees lies on the equator and is due east of P. Now the time difference between P and Q is 5 hours. Calculate the longitude on which P lies. So let's come up with a visual diagram. So we have the surface of the earth, then we have the north, south, west and east. Then we are told there was this equator. So equator is a latitude with 0 degrees. Now we'll put this point as our center. Now this Q is on longitude 85 degrees east. So it is going to be on the east part of our diagram and is due east of P. So P is somewhere here. P should be closer to the prime meridian. Since Q is the one which is due east of P, Q will be somewhere here. So the point is the one that is due must be away from the center. So this is our 85 degrees east. So this is where the point Q is. Then our P is from here. Now, if you look at the question, we are given the time difference between P and Q. So how can we use the time difference to calculate the longitude on which P lies? So we are going to use the number of hours to find the difference in longitude. So remember, if you are converting from degrees into time difference, we divide by 15. Then if you are converting hours back to degrees, you multiply by 15. So that's a pattern. So say 15 times 5. 5 times 5 is 25. We keep the 2. 5 times 1 is 5 plus 6. So this is 75. Or if you want, we can say 15 is same as 10 plus 5. Then we're multiplying by 5. So 5 times 10 is 50. Plus 5 times 5 is 25. 25 plus 50 is 75. So 75 degrees is the difference in the longitude. Now, if you look at this point, P must be located on the east part. So how do you deal whenever you have two positions, two letters on the same position? What are you supposed to do? You subtract. So there was a number they subtracted from 85 to give us 75. So to find that number, we are going to get 75, then we subtract it from 85. So 85 minus 75 is 10, which simply means that P is on position 10 degrees east, which is, if you were to find a difference between the two, we can say 85 minus 10, giving us 75. 75 minus divided by 15, giving us the 5 hours, which is this answer. So as you can see, it's very simple. Just make sure you study and you abide by the principle. So that's it for this video. Thanks for watching.